Okay, so this is going to be the third video of 4 on how to create drawings for the parts that we create in class. In the previous 2 videos I created, I went through how to create a drawing for block C and block D. This video will focus on block F. The next video will focus on block G. So in Schoology, as you can see, going through, everything's been posted for you. We've done block C, we've done block D. The one we're going to focus on now is block F. Block F looked like this. Okay, we did this last class. Most of you got that finished up. Now what we want to do is take this block and put it into a formal drawing like so. Okay, now hopefully the 2 previous videos you saw that are really pretty straightforward and easy to get this done. We're going to use the same border, same processes, almost identical in every step and way that we did on problem C and D. Okay, this will get very repetitive. So first thing I'm going to do is get into my Solidworks. I'm going to go ahead and start with a file new. Now in the last 2 videos I talked about we're no longer working from the novice section anymore. Okay, no more of this. We're only working from advanced from here on forward. Alright, I've set up your Solidworks templates tabs, or Solidworks templates in Solidworks. If I've not, you need to raise your hand and I'll come over and help get that set up for you. Okay, when we get into this, again, this is where we're going to start our parts as either in inches or metric, and then everything else in here is basically the borders we need to draw our parts or put our parts on. Okay, now we're going to start this drawing on a GHSA inch fraction border. Okay, so when you click on it, you'll see a preview to your right. As soon as you see the preview, hit OK. Solidworks will take a second to load it. Now again, what it's looking for over here is when you open this up, you're always going to get some kind of a management bar to the left, okay, a property manager. What it's looking for right now is a select a part or assembly from which we're going to create this drawing. Sometimes if you have the part open, you'll see it sitting in here. All you have to do at that point is double click and it'll get you to the next step. In my case, I have nothing open, so I'm going to go browse for my part in my H drive under my Tech Ed folder. I'm going to go and find block F. Okay, I'm going to highlight it, then I'm going to say open. Now what it's going to do, it's going to change this property manager to the left, allow me to now modify how all of the views look. This is the same process on all of our drawings that we'll be doing for this class. We will start in the first section by clicking on the center box, which is our front view. We'll turn on our preview by left-clicking and putting a check mark in the white box. I will slide my bar down a little bit, and now for display style, we would like to display this with our hidden lines visible. So I'm going to left-click box number 2 to turn it gray. Scale. Now this is where, again, you have to look at the drawing. So if I go back into my Schoology, the scale is right here on the drawing, and it says 1 equals 1. So going back into my Solidworks here, I have to go, right now it's defaulted 1 to 2. I can't change anything. To make this so I can change it, I hit Use Custom Scale, left-click the down arrow, slide my slider to the top, and I'm going to highlight 1 to 1. Now, if you move your cursor out towards the drawing itself, you will now see a preview of the actual front view of block F. Now this is as simple as it gets. We're just going to do the same thing, front, top, right side view, and an isometric. All you have to do is get them in the right spots and left click. So I'm going to go down here and start this lower corner, and I'm going to left click to place my front view. I'm going to pull straight up, left click to place my top view. I'm going to pull over here to the right, left click to place your right view, pull uphill and towards your right, left click to place your isometric view. Now right now it's still active, so to turn this all off, I'm just going to hit my escape key. Okay, now again, re-emphasis on this. These views are locked together. This view is independent to move. Okay, we're first going to start with this view up here real quick. I'm going to left click inside of it. Okay, you'll notice an orange box around it. If you click anywhere inside of it, you will get a manager bar or bar to the left that you can modify this view. First thing I want to do is I want to add color. The second thing I want to do is I want to change its scale from 1 to 1 to 1 to 2. So I'm going to drop this down to custom scale, drop the arrow, 1 to 2. I'm going to hit my check mark to indicate I'm done with that. Okay, now I can left click and move this around as I need. All right, now what I got to do is I got to make this look the same. So I'm going to start adding all these dimensions on. Okay, so I'm going to kind of move this to my other screen for a second. I'm going to go ahead at this point back into my SolidWorks and turn on my Smart Dimension tool. You should be comfortable with this tool since we've been using it for our sketching. Okay, I'm going to start up here by clicking this line and left click outside here. Left click this line, left click out here. And I'm also going to change it so the arrowheads are on the inside. To do that, I left click on this little dot at the back of the arrowhead. I'm going to hit this little side over here, pull to my right, and left click. I'm going to pick the top line and this bottom line, pull to my right, left click. All right? I'm going to take my middle mouse button, push it down, and slide my paper up. And now what I'm going to do is add my dimensions down here. So I'll start with this one here, left click and pull to my right. I'm going to flip the arrowheads by hitting the dot at the back. I'm going to hit this line right here and pull to my right. Left click to the 1 1/4. I'm going to hit this line right here and pull up. Left click, and then again flip the arrowheads by hitting the dot. I'm going to pick from this line here to this line here. I will pull it up, left click. From the very far left line to the very far right line, I'll left click on each, pull up, left click. And at this point I'm going to hit my F key because I'm going to hit escape to turn off my tool, F key to center everything up. So this is what I'm looking at. Now again, I can sit there and start making small adjustments. I could grab the views and move them around and get a little more space. Okay. The only thing I have left to add on this drawing is I need to go up here and roll in. I'm going to add a note underneath here that has a title, and then we'll change our title block. To do that note, under Annotation Toolbar, I click on my Note tool. I see a box. I left click underneath my isometric view. Now this is going to be the same setup on every drawing. I want the font size to be 12. I want this to be bold, underline, and centered. Caps lock must be on, all things in caps here. Block, F, enter. Now, take bold and underline off, still centered, still font size 12. Caps lock on, scale, 1 equals 2, enter. Material is cedar. Click outside the box with a left click and hit escape to turn the tool off. So now, there is my drawing at this point. Now, officially to finish this, and be in good habit, we need to put our name on this. Okay, and I've had several students already print and turn these in with no name. I'm just throwing them away. Okay, if I don't know who you are, I can't grade you. So what I'm going to do here is I need to go to my title block now and focus in on these key elements here. First of all, the title. It's not a SolidWorks drawing. You are going to double click in there, and with caps lock on, you're going to type in block F drawing. Then click outside of it. GHS student, double click. My preference is your first initial and your last name. Okay, and again, if you want to adjust any of these, you can left click and you can drag them around, left click and hold, drag them around. Today's date, okay, 11 05 20. Period is 3A, scale is 1 to 1. At this point, you are going to F key, Control S to save, say yes, update views before saving, and then I'm going to go ahead and save this as block F drawing. Hit save. As soon as you have this drawing done, I want you to go up to your print button up top and left click. Make sure you're on the correct printer, in this case L109, TE Lab, and hit OK. As soon as you got that, collect it from the printer and submit it into Mr. Combs. Okay. If you have any questions, use this video to your advantage. You can pause, rewind, and so forth. Also, don't hesitate to ask questions. Otherwise, good luck.